Hello everyone, my name is Eostrix. Let's get into it. I'm not very good at gauging power levels, so these of course will not have a standard power level rating. Instead, they will have a rating of Trash, Jinx, Works, or God tier, depending on their performance within my friend group. But if you have an idea of how you think these decks would play, drop a comment below. All of my decks are budgeted to cards usually around 25 to 50 cents, with scattered cards of $1 to $5, and occasionally cards that are above $5 that I've pulled from packs, events, or just bought when they were cheap and they rocketed in price. Today, I am introducing my commander deck of Grazilaxx Illithid Scholar. Grazilaxx is a 3/2 legendary creature horror for 1 and 2 blue that says, whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to its owner's hand. It also states, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. At the time of this recording, according to EDHRec, only 156 decks have actually been posted online. The two main themes found most often are wheels and extra turns. We will not be doing these themes. Instead, we are opting for Mill. Mostly because all I can think about is the noise he makes when looking at his art. I think he sounds like... This isn't any normal Mill deck though, as it is a combat-centric Mill deck, based on his abilities that support this dumb idea. So, enough with the background and on to the breakdown. The categories are as such: Control, Hand, Draw, Selection, Combat, Tokens, Mana, Avoidance, Interaction, and Wincons. I'm going to be skipping the transition scenes as I don't think that they're necessary anymore, as the timestamps are in the description if you need to jump around. If you think I should add them back, please comment below. Beginning in Control, we have SEO Ward-Winning Familiar, which gives Grazilaxx Ward 3. Confounding Conundrum, stops others from ramping, cause screw them. Dismiss in a Dream, any ability that targets becomes removal. Dissipate, a hard counter in the only one in here, because fuck that one spell. Exclusion Mage, bounceable creature with Unsummon attached. Fading Hope, better version of Unsummon. Geist Wave, unsummon with possible card draw. And Hullbreaker Horror, unsubstantiate the creature. Skipping over to hand, we have Archaeomancer, which returns some more tricks to our hand. Body of Knowledge, which gives no maximum hand size and draws us a lot of cards. Seer Eleanor the Discerning, combat-centric, big hand size equals big power. And Wizard class, no max hand size, draws cards, and buffs creatures. Now for what's going into our hand, Draw. Archmage Mertius, card draw for 1/10 of our deck, possibly more depending on the deck. Divination, draws 2 cards for 3 mana, not too bad. Elegeth Crossroads Augur, no scrying, only draw. Keep Watch, the funniest in-reverse card I've ever fucking seen. Mulldrifter, it's divination, but a creature. Sienna, Eye of the Storm, scry for the fly. Teferi's Ageless Insight, draw everything but twice. Because we always want to be a little bit more picky, we have Selection. Anticipate, a funny version of scry, you don't draw from this trigger. Brainstorm, draw trigger, keep 1 card. Omen Speaker, bounceable scry 2. And Windfall, which could be a kill spell, but you may also just need the draw. And now Combat, the fuel to our deck. Deep Fathom Skulker, Graz's ability and expensive Aether Tunnel backup. Lightning Greaves, which is creature protection. Mischievous Catgeist, replaceable but adorable. Ninja of the Deep Hours, tricky version of Bounce, draw 1 for sure. Reconnaissance Mission, Graz and the Enchantment Part 1. Screaming Swarm, some sort of Suicide Squad mill, and it comes back. Tandem Lookout, Catgeist with Soulbond. Trepanation Blade, mill but make it spicier, combo with Tetsuko. And Yuan's Humalison, I just wanted the dungeon mechanic in here somewhere. Now for tokens, because I need them in every deck. Moonblade Shinobi, tricky and makes another ninja to hit them with. Wormmarine Mystic, makes birds using 1/10 of our deck. Nadir Kraken, this deck needed more octopuses, octopi, I don't know. And Ominous Seas, like the above, but make them 8/8 Krakens. Now for mana, Aegon Archive, Mind Stone, Soul Ring, Worn Power Stone, and Kefnit's Monument, which lowers all blue creatures by 1 and it taps stuff. You may be wondering how we're going to get through for our combat. Well, we have Avoidance. Aether Tunnel, cheap avoidance with a buff to power. Aqueous Form, cheap avoidance with scry 1. Cartouche of Solidarity, gives flying and a cantrip, very solid. Cunning Evasion, Graz Enchantment Part 2, block or not, we win. Fly, gives flying, another dungeon mechanic inclusion. Open into Wonder, mass avoidance, possibly more card draw. Rousing Reed, flying, draw 2, discard 1, buffs creature, solid. Tetsuko Umezawa Fugitive, makes creatures with any 1s in the power or toughness unblockable, very, very useful. And Zephyr Boots, movable flying with combat looting. Now for the spiciest parts of our deck, Interaction and Wincons. For Interaction, we have Aetherize, returns all those scary attacking things back to their hand. Bite of Thassa, Graz backup number 3, Blue Goad. Engulf the Shore, which is a board wipe. Gadwick the Wizen, which is card draw and lets you get political. Technically it's control 2. Malevolent Hermit, mana leak the creature. Portal Maids, lets you get political, or just use your opponents. Resculpt, variable removal. Scab Wrangler, tap stuff with your stuff. Use your new tokens first, please. Sludge Monster, transmogrify something into a 2/2 slime, occasionally. Will Breaker, you have to use this one wisely, but it could be really fun. Now for arguably the most annoying part of our deck. Other than damage, we have Drowned Secrets, target player mills 2 for every blue spell played. Psychic Corrosion, opponents mill 2 for every card drawn. Sphinx's Tutelage, target player mill 2 they don't mill 2 non-land cards that share a color, i.e. they hit a land or a color 1, color 2 situation. Teferi's Tutelage, targeted Psychic Corrosion with ETB looting. In Thassa's Oracle, it's very possible to deck yourself with this deck, so have this on the board if possible. It's not my favorite Wincon, but it is very usable. And then Triskaidekaphile, no maximum hand size, a draw ability, and a very possible Wincon. Overall, this deck works, and it works well. It could almost be God tier, depending on your opponents. As all mill decks are, it is extremely fun to pilot. It is also completely manageable for your opponents because your mill is mostly centric on creatures in combat. With a mana curve focused primarily in low numbers, it also allows you to cast a lot of spells and interact with the board. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deck tech, please subscribe for more randomly put out deck techs. Goodbye.